Yay! Hey y'all, everybody watching live or catching the replay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. As you can tell, I am getting healthier and healthier. My voice is coming back every minute. That's what I'm telling myself, as I'm pretty sure that I'm like energetically detoxing. Some like lower vibrations, and definitely have had some throat stuff come on lately over the past week. And I was doing, oh yay, hi, I see I have somebody want to know who's watching your live videos. Swipe left. Oh, that's new. Oh, okay. Well, if you are tuning in with me live or catching the replay, I would love it if you said hi. Let me know who you are and one thing you're grateful for. And I'm grateful to have my voice and to be coming in here with you guys today on Throat Chakra Thursday. It's been forever, and I'm so excited that it's worked out. Yay! Hi, everyone. So, oh, hey, Erin. Hey, awesome. I didn't know you were in here. That's so cool. So I'm going to be really quick today before I go pick up my daughter, but I just felt so called to share this message earlier. Oh, thank you. And I would love it if you guys let me know if this resonates too, right? I know a fear for me and for some of my clients, and it's definitely something I've continually had to work through again and again and again, is around like being able to consistently show up. And feeling like if I wasn't able to be 100% every single day, like balls to the wall, like hustle all the time, I would set this expectation for my audience and then disappoint them. And that's not something that I want to do. And that type of fear, or like really a belief below the surface, has like got me into this pattern in the past around being paralyzed and getting so caught up in like overthinking about what's going to happen in the future, and can I keep up with either like the visibility or expanding my reach, that it's caused me to like actually not show up, right, and just become paralyzed. So if you guys can relate to that at all, I would love to see that in the comments, or give me some some reactions on the screen. But I know this is a topic that really, as business owners and as light leaders, it's something incredibly important that we have to put our focus on sometimes if this is something that you're struggling with. And for me, I've really been able to shift that positively this year. And a lot of it has come down to, really just making the decision and identifying as the type of person that is going to consistently be visible and be there for my tribe. And I've had to do a lot of deep identity work and a lot of recommitment to that over and over and over again, on the days when the resistance shows up, and on the days when the doubt kicks in or the fear starts speaking to me incredibly loud, right? So how many times have you heard that like little voice of fear pop up and begin to question you and your ability to hold space, or to shine your light, or to get visible, or expand your reach, right? And this topic is coming up for me again now as I'm growing into my next level. And I was on the phone with one of my soul sisters, who's also an amazing six-figure entrepreneur. And we both are like in the next level of taking our growth to the next level, and we needed to recommit, and we were holding each other accountable. So we actually made a whole new like tracking document last night, and we wrote down like all of the different daily business activities that we're committed to, and we're keeping each other accountable and checking in throughout the day. And we both last night kind of like looked at our list and we're like, holy shit, right? Because we have like next level impact and income goals, but in order to reach those, we also have to expand our reach and expand our visibility, and how much we're actually showing up, and how much we're providing value and sharing our services and products with our audiences, right? Like we have to step our leadership game up. And with that hustle, we also get to flow through that, right? Because when you're acting out of a place of alignment, the right aligned actions just become automatic, right? And that's the beautiful thing. When you're in flow, it's much more effortless. There's not as much resistance. You don't have the fear and the doubt coming in, and you're just productive. Things feel really good. It's natural, like breathing, right? Like if you've ever had that kind of day before, like let me know, because it's beautiful. And I was so proud of myself because like by noon today, I had 6 different sales activities that I had been able to accomplish, but I did it in a really heart-centered, flow-based way that felt incredible. It felt really fulfilling to me. And then I had this fear kick in and I was like, oh shit, can I do this tomorrow? Can I still show up at this level? And are people going to continue to like expect me to be there and I might disappoint them, right? So with that, in that moment, I had an opportunity, right? I had an opportunity to feed the doubt and the fear and to question myself, or I had an opportunity to reaffirm myself and recommit and say, you know what? I don't know what tomorrow holds because every day is different, but I do know that I've made that commitment to be the light leader that I'm growing into. And in order for me to do that, I have to focus on where it is I want to go and recommit to that mission and recommit to speaking my divine truth and being an open channel and letting that message flow through me and remembering that it's not just about me, right? Like I'm doing this for my audience and that I'm co-creating with the divine too, right? And so I have this beautiful spiritual support team and I have soul sisters and mentors and thank you for the hearts, Lane. Beautiful people that are holding the space for me too, right? And also that I'm allowed to change the rules whenever I want, right? And so me going balls to the wall and fully showing up one day might look like 10 different visibility or sales activities, and it's all in alignment and in flow. And the next day, my voice might be totally gone, and I need to, the aligned action would be to sit and drink tea and honey and nap for 3 hours. And then I also get to choose to like focus and trust. And that could be like a visibility activity. And I get to remember the process of like integrating the divine masculine with the divine feminine too, right? Because I know sometimes for us spiritual entrepreneurs, when we think about, our mission, we know that it's so big and it's so bold. Like I know a lot of my clients and myself included, we had this knowing inside of us that we're here to impact millions, and that starts with one person at a time. And that starts with us making that commitment to show up again and again and again. And sometimes that can feel like a big weight on our shoulders, right? And so, it's about giving ourselves grace and giving ourselves permission to trust ourselves fully and know that whatever pace we're working at is perfectly divine. It's perfectly fine. And it's not always about the hustle, right? It's more about the energy that we're vibrating at and the thoughts that we're thinking, the way that we're focusing, and the aligned actions come from there, right? So that's why sometimes there's like 2 different schools of thought is what I've seen in the entrepreneurial space. These people that say hustle all the time and just push and grind, which is not a way that I found functional for me. And I used to try to keep up that pace and do that in the past, and it's landed me in the hospital. And that's part of the reason that like I have that fear coming up, right? It's actually with an intention to protect me, to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, because that's the other piece of it. In the past, I wasn't integrating it with the divine feminine, and I wasn't making sure that I had enough time for self-care, like an Epsom salt bath or exercising or like going for a walk in nature or calling my biz bestie or cuddling with my daughter, right? Like it wasn't an integrated way of being. And for me, that's really key. And for my clients as well, right? We have to really take a look at how we're supporting ourselves and filling ourselves back up. And from that space, we get to be the light leaders, right? And when you think about it from that perspective, there's almost never actually anything to do, which to your logical mind might sound a little crazy right now, right? But if you think about it as being like a lighthouse, a lighthouse doesn't have to do anything except for just be itself a lighthouse, right? And that's kind of what we are as light leaders, especially those of us that, have businesses, and we're here to make a big impact and to serve and to share love and light and raise a consciousness on our planet, which if you're watching this right now, that's you. And even right now, me doing this live stream it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything, right? I would be sitting here thinking these thoughts by myself regardless, because that's what feels good, and that's like how my brain works, and that's how I process. And so as an extension of that, me just being me and thinking about those type of things, I get to come on here and share them with you, which is just really me being and being, seeing being. Is that making sense? I feel like the words are getting a little bit mixed up right now, right? But again, if you go back to like that lighthouse, a lighthouse isn't out there trying to like save all the ships. It's not reaching out. It's not hustling. It's not chasing. It's just standing and emitting light, right? And that's what business owners that are light leaders get to do, right? And so yes, there are different like activities, daily business activities and sales activities and visibility and mindset and all those things. But to me, the way that I perceive that is like, when I take the time to tune in and do my mindset work, and then when I take the time to clear my energy field and to set my intentions and to meditate, that's like me just shooting up like another light beam and sending that out there and increasing my magnetism, right? And then, when I write a really powerful blog where I'm just totally tuned in and sharing from my heart and authentically expressing, that's me like sending out another light beam. And when I come in here and hop on live with you guys and connect and just share some of the thoughts and reflections that I have going on and ways that I've been able to get over some of my obstacles and how I support my clients in doing the same, that's me just sending out another light beam, right? And so it's this holistic approach where, all I'm doing is just being me and sharing that with the world. And the more that I do that, the more I'm sending out those light beams, right? And so some days, just like a lighthouse, when there's fog, a lighthouse won't be quite as visible and the light will be pulled in. And other days, where there's not so much fog, right? And there's more power coming through the lighthouse and more light beams going out, there's more visibility, right? And so I think that's what it's like for us as well as light leaders in business. And the beautiful thing is that we get to make the rules. We get to decide in each and every moment how we want to be showing up, right? And how visible we actually want to be. And the beautiful thing is that we don't have to be visible for ourselves. We get to be visible as a divine expression of the universe, which is infinite and constantly expanding, right? And that's just our natural state. So if that doesn't feel natural for you to get visible or to continually stretch or expand yourself in that way, then there's probably some type of resistance going on in your like human ego form, right? And like limiting beliefs. And I totally understand that. Some of you that are familiar with me or have heard my story before know that I grew up with like a lot of abuse in my childhood, and it very literally wasn't safe for me to be seen. That was like the story that I got, and I've had to really rewire that as far as my mindset goes, and then do a lot of energetics to clear that, and then also take that aligned action, like hopping on live video and writing those posts and putting it out there and being visible and being seen, and then trusting the divine and trusting my audience that it's safe for me to do that, right? And then reaffirming and a lot of rewiring, right? So if those are things that you've struggled with, then those are some different tools and things that you can do as well. But the beautiful thing is that we don't ever really have to worry about keeping up, right? Because the universe doesn't worry about keeping up visibility, right? The universe just continues to be itself and continues to expand naturally. And we're just a beautiful divine expression of the universe. And so when we're acting in alignment and we're fully integrated with our masculine our divine masculine and divine feminine energies, and we're tapping into the support that's always available, that support inside of ourselves and our spiritual support team and the physical people in our realm that are here to support us. That's when stretching yourself becomes so much more effortless, right? And if you think about it like as if you were running, like essentially as light leaders and business owners, we are like running a marathon. And for me, that was a huge shift because I've always, as far as exercise goes, I've been much more of like a sprinter. So I would go like as tense and as fast as I could for like a short amount of time. And then I'd burn out, right? And checking my battery and I got a text. So for me, that shift really had to happen first on a very fundamental level as identifying as a marathoner. And then I had to begin to train in that way and I had to stretch myself and I had to get support. And thankfully, my husband's in the military. And so, anytime we go out running together, he's in my ear. He's like essentially coaching me and, he's in my head supporting me, reminding me that I can do this, and then also watching my form and letting me know that if I actually start breathing this way, or if I stand up this way, or if I lengthen my stride, my energetics would be different and it would become much more effortless to run longer distances, right? And so just the way that that's the same truth for exercise, we can apply those same principles to stretching our ability to be more visible as light leaders as well, right? So there are certain different mindset pieces that we can work on, either, releasing those stories that no longer serve us and, really reaffirming what it is that we want and where we want to go with that. And then there's different aligned actions that we can take as business owners to get ourselves out there in really feel good ways. And having somebody to support you that's been along that path can make it much more effortless, right? They can kind of show you, hey, there's a pothole up here, or there's a broken tree limb around this corner. So, be prepared for that and either run around it or, jump over it or something like that. Or they can show you like those darker areas that are like blind spots for you, right? And with that, they can also love on you, right? And help you re-energize and rejuice when you're feeling drained, or when you don't realize that maybe you're not being, when you're draining energy because, you're playing out this pattern that you're not even aware of. They can call you out on that and they can love you through that, right? And so that's the beautiful thing about having a community and being in connection. We don't have to do this alone, right? And in fact, it's so much harder, and that's what leads to burnout, and that's what leads to inconsistency, right? So I know I'm trying to talk so fast because I got to go pick up my daughter, and there's like so much that I want to say on this because, there's so much going on in the world right now, and the reality is like we need you, right? We need you as the beautiful light leader that you are, showing up and making that commitment to be there for yourself first and foremost in a way that you've never been there for yourself before. And then we need you showing up for your tribe. We need you sharing your divine truth, because your divine truth is just a beautiful expression of the universe, right? And so if you're having these thoughts or these intuitive nudges to hop online and share something with your tribe, it's because somebody else needs to hear exactly what you have to say. And when you withhold that out of fear or whatever else is getting in the way, that other person that needs that connection, that needs your divine truth, is missing out, right? And so when we can remember our soul's mission in this lifetime and how important our message is, and the fact that we're freaking magic and miracles can happen every single moment, we're not focusing on our fear. We're not focusing on lack, right? And that's how you start showing up more consistently, and that's how you shift into, faith. I have that tattoo because I need that reminder again and again and again, right? And that's how you don't have to worry about tomorrow, right? Like, I think I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I grew up like in the Christian church. And so there's like a verse in the Bible about not worrying about tomorrow because you have enough stuff going on today. I don't remember it, right? But something like that. And so when I caught myself thinking about all these different things and ways that I need to step up and go to the next level and stretch myself and grow in order to reach my next level impact and income goals, I remembered that all I had to do was be present in this moment and continually tune in and fill myself back up, and then just share that with the world, right? Just share me and my love and my light. And that's been so effortless today, right? That's been enjoyable. That's been incredibly fulfilling. And I've had people, that send me emails and PMs all week long telling me that they're so thankful that I show up and that my content is so inspiring and that it pops up in their newsfeed at the perfect time when they need that lift, right? And so those type of things are beautiful, like validations, but I have that confirmation in myself first and foremost. And I made that decision within myself first and foremost, that regardless of whether I was getting the engagement I wanted or seeing the results that I wanted or having people PMing me and wanting to know how they could work with me, I was just going to continue to show up and run that marathon and shine my light and be the lighthouse, and trust that as I continued, I would gain momentum and I would begin to magnetize in my ideal soulmate clients who absolutely need my magic and resonate with me and my energy and my message, and who are my divine people, right? Because that's the truth. And then the more that I continue to focus on that and act from that place, the more that's become my reality. And that's such a beautiful thing. But if you're not there right now, know that your time is coming. Just don't give up, right? It's like a snowball. If you start at the top and it's small, it just needs to pick up momentum and it grows bigger and bigger, right? So I have to go pick up my daughter and share my love and light with her, and she gets to share her love and light with me, and I'm so thankful for that relationship, because she is such like a big fireball and so full of love and light. And I'm so thankful for you guys holding this space for me today, and for Lorene and having this group and Throat Chakra Thursday, and encouraging all of us to come on here and share our divine messages, even when our battery is low at 15%, right? So hopefully this was helpful and it served you today. You at least got a couple of gold nuggets, or you got that reminder that you needed to hear today, because the reality is, like, we need you. So make that commitment and get out there. And if you'd like some support with that, I would love, absolutely love to guide you in that process for the next 4 weeks in my newest program called You Unleashed, where I support you in authentically expressing from your soul and elevating your income as you get paid to be you and just show up and shine your light. And in that 4-week program, you'll be having one-on-one calls with me where we'll take a look at some of your limiting stories or beliefs and take a look at the mindset and how we can shift those for you, and then also do powerful energetic clearings for you, as well as practical support on how to actually get yourself out there in bigger and bolder ways and magnetizing your ideal soulmate clients who absolutely need what you have to offer and can't wait to buy from you. And as a bonus, every week you'll be getting trainings, so you can go through this beautiful supportive framework that I've been able to use for myself and that my clients use as well, that really support them in getting those 10K months and really doing it in a way that feels really good and is customized to you and creates that freedom to flow through and tune in and listen to your intuition, right? Because we don't want restrictive, like if you're anything like me and my tribe, right? We don't want that restrictive system and like 7-step cookie cutter strategy, like shit that just is so 3D and outdated and doesn't work, right? That's not who we are. That's not the way the world is going as the consciousness levels are rising. So that's why, again, like I integrate that divine masculine energy with those supportive structures, but also leave room for the feminine aspects of the energies with flow and intuition and leading from your heart and just shining your light. So if that resonates and you want to know more, I will pop in a link here where you can find out all the details, or if you have any questions, definitely feel free to send me a private message, and I would love to interact with you. And if nothing else, I would love it if you add me as a friend on Facebook. I would love to connect with more like-minded people who get this kind of stuff, right? Because we are a tribe. We do need each other, and we're here to support each other. And I would love to get to know you better and support you on your journey as well, in whatever way that shows up, right? So again, this is Alicia Hawkins, thanking you so much for being with me here today live or on the replay, Facebook, or if you're watching this later on YouTube. And I am sending you off with so much love and light and abundance and visibility vibes today, because the world needs you. It needs your perspective. It needs your experience. It needs your talents and your magic. And it's up to you to be bold enough to really create the life and the business that you're dreaming of, and to fulfill your soul's mission in a way that feels really good for you and allows you to be richly rewarded for that. So be bold enough to set that intention and go after that today and co-create with the divine. All right, beauties, I can't wait to connect again next time. Bye, loves.